Welcome everyone to What's for Dinner Wednesday, and I have a really big treat for you guys tonight. We are going to be making mini cobblers in the Deluxe air fryer. So I know this isn't like a meal that you would sit down to eat for a dinner main dish, but it's definitely something you want to have in your recipe box because it is delicious. So as you're joining, make sure you say hello in the comments, share where you're watching from, and let me know, have you ever cooked with cast iron before? I'd love to know that for sure. So we are going to get started. I also want you to know that you can find me on all of the links that I share in the description just above the video. So check that out as well. I'd love to invite you to my group and like my page, and be sure to comment and let me know what questions you have as we're cooking along tonight. So we are going to be making mini fruit cobblers. If you would like this recipe in a printable format, simply just comment below and I will send it over to you, or message me on my Facebook page as well. All right, so tonight we're going to be using our brand new mini 5.5-inch cast iron skillets. How cute are these, you guys? Check these out. So cute. They come in a set of 2, so you can do all kinds of things with these, from desserts to more savory dishes. We're going to be making a dessert tonight with these tonight, but you could think of all kinds of things, like anything you cook over the fire. Like one of my family's favorite things is hobo packets, and those are potatoes, carrots, and ground beef that get a little seasoning on them. Hi Judy, welcome to the cook along. And those would be great in here, just covered up with some foil. We are making mini cobblers, and you can do that in the oven or even over some coals over the fire, kind of not over the hot fire, but the coals part of the fire. So you can use these in all kinds of ways. What I love about them is they're great for serving 1 or 2 people. They're also pre-seasoned, so you can literally take them out of the box and they are ready to cook. You do not have to worry about how to season these up because it's already done for you. Hi Rebecca, thanks for joining in. Share if you've ever cooked with cast iron before, and what are some of your favorite things to cook in cast iron if you have done that before. Let's get started. It's a super simple recipe, so I have to tell you that it's basically about 3 ingredients. So you may even have these at your house. We're gonna just take a can of pie filling, and you can do your favorite. What would be your favorite? I'll tell you mine, blueberry for sure. I love blueberry pie filling, or blueberry pie in general. So this is a great recipe to use that in kind of a different way instead of with pie. So we're just going to do half of a can in our cast iron skillets. So they each get about a half a can's worth. And what would be your favorites? You guys think about strawberry, or what other kinds of pies do you guys like? Hi Tanya, thanks for joining in. All right, we're gonna scoop this last little bit out of here because we don't wanna miss any of this goodness. So we've got our blueberry pie filling all ready to go. This one looks like it's got a little bit more than the other, so just switching that over. Now, if you don't have our scrapers, these are awesome because they do not stain. So even though I'm scraping with blueberry goodness, they're not gonna turn purple. All right, so we've got that ready to go. Now we're just gonna make the cobbler part. So this is another simple thing you can do. So you just take a half a cup of, what is it called? Self-rising flour. Now, if you don't have any of that on hand, you can totally make it. You can Google how to make that. It's really easy. But I find that I like to have it on hand because it's very simple to make a lot of different things, like these little cobbler dough, but also biscuits. And then I'm adding to it a half a cup of heavy cream, so heavy whipping cream. And we're going to stir the 2 of them together. And then this is going to go on top of our pie filling. We're just gonna scoop it on. Comes together really quick. So the reason for using self-rising flour is you can eliminate kind of 2 or 3 other ingredients like salt and baking powder. It tells you right on the bag. So, all right, so how easy is that? Hi Kristen, Rebecca likes French silk. Okay, well you're probably not gonna put French silk in like a cobbler form, but definitely a good pie to have. So we're gonna use our medium scoop, and I'm just gonna do 3 of these little dough balls on top of our pie filling. So this is not anything that's too precise. You're just kind of putting them in, and this is gonna look, I mean, imagine sitting down even at a restaurant and getting this. This is really good. You have your own restaurant at home anytime you want. So I'm gonna put 3 on this side as well. And then, and if you have any extra, you know, you just kind of whip that up into one final bigger little biscuit here. And I don't know about you, but a little of the biscuit and a little bit of the pie filling, I mean, you can't get much better than that. Okay, so this one's gonna be a little touch bigger. It's got kind of a larger roundedness there. Okay, and then last but not least, we are going to sprinkle this with a little bit of cinnamon and sugar over the top. Now you don't have to do this, but if you put a little bit of it on the top of the biscuit dough, not only it kind of gives it a little bit of a brown hue to it, but a little bit of extra flavor. And I'm using our powdered sugar shaker. So this is actually the previous version. I mean, I've been using this for probably 20 years. We have the newer version now that is stainless steel. So definitely recommend that. Okay, so check these out. Doesn't that look good already? I know they're not baked yet, but this is such a simple dessert. Okay, so what we're gonna do is actually put these in the Deluxe air fryer. Now, if you don't know anything about the air fryer, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a tour of it after these get baking, but the great thing about our cast iron skillets is that they actually fit in here, and you can bake with the Deluxe air fryer as well. So there's air fry, bake, roast, rotisserie, reheat, and dehydrate. There's also a custom setting, which is what I'm actually gonna put this on because I wanna be able to adjust the temperature. So I'm gonna set it for 20 minutes, and then I'm going to set it for 400 degrees. Now, the great thing about the Deluxe air fryer is that it immediately heats up. You do not have to preheat your oven at all, which, you know, in the summertime, how many of us really want to turn on the oven? So this is going to allow you to not really heat up your kitchen at all. There's no preheating, prolonged use of energy or anything like that. It just instantly is set to go and ready to cook. Hi Chris, hi Tina, hi Kristen, thanks for joining in. So if you don't know anything about the Deluxe air fryer, it's not just for people who want to cook for 1 or 2, it's for everyone. You know, I initially thought like, oh, I don't really need an air fryer. You know, I've got an oven, I've got, you know, my quick cooker, I've got all these different things. But the Deluxe air fryer is actually very unique because you can do so much with it. And you saw how I had the different levels of grates in there. That is what makes ours really stand out because you can cook for up to 6 servings. A lot of other air fryers on the market, you usually can do just 2. So I know Tina is watching and she just got her air fryer. Tina, you can share with everyone what you've been making with it and how you've been enjoying cooking with it. Right, Tina? Go ahead and do that. Can you make beef jerky? Yes, you can. So there's a cookbook that comes with it, and it does have a dehydrate setting, and there's a recipe on how to make your own jerky. So you can totally do that. So I love the fact that it holds more. It's instantly ready to go. I can cook for my family of 4, and I don't have to worry about doing it in batches, and only 2 of us can eat at a time. It is ready. Now, if you're cooking for 1 or 2, again, instantly ready. And one of the best things that I love doing with it is roasting vegetables. You know, in the oven, when you do that, it takes like 45 minutes, plus the time to heat up the oven. I can put my roasted vegetables actually on the very bottom drip tray. It's actually a drip tray, and then I can still cook something else on top, like let's say some chicken, some fish, whatever it might be. So I can double, triple decker cook, and my roasted vegetables take 15 minutes, the same amount of time as that chicken or fish or whatever I'm making cooks as well. So you have all kinds of opportunities, and Tina, you can share something that you just made with it. I know that you just messaged me about that, so I'm excited for you to share that as well. So you can do dehydrating, you can do reheating. You know, the other day I made Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, and you know, we had a couple left over, and if you put those in the microwave the next day, they're gonna be totally soggy. So instead, I put them in here on the reheat setting on the grate, and they were fantastic. Like 5 minutes of reheating, that's all it took. And I didn't have to heat up the oven. My bun was still crispy and not soggy, and the meat was hot and the cheese had melted, so it was perfect. Perfect lunch. So the Deluxe air fryer, we talked about dehydrate, reheating. It also does this really great thing called rotisserie. So how many of you have tried rotisserie chicken at the grocery store? And you know, you go in, you buy it, you know, you kind of have to buy it daily if that's something that you would like to do. It would be so awesome, I'm sure, where you could just say, hey, I've got a chicken, let's put it in the rotisserie. And it actually, we have a spit so that you can actually just put it right on here. It holds a 4-pound chicken and it will rotate and cook it in about 45 minutes, and it is fantastic. It's nice and crispy on the outside and juicy and moist on the inside. I also love doing it with the Hormel Always Tender pork roasts. Same effect. It is awesome. Like, it's just nice brown and crispy on the outside, but not like charred. It's just right, just caramelized just right. And then on the inside, it's very tender and juicy, and you will be amazed, and you'll probably never cook a pork roast in a different way again once you try it on rotisserie. And then you also can do the bake setting like what we're doing right now. You can also do the roast setting, so that would be like any roasting of vegetables. Maybe you want to do a whole bunch of vegetables or anything that really just requires roasting. And then of course you have air frying. So air fry is high temp, and you can do things like all those things that you can't find in the freezer section. So your fish sticks, your French fries, your, you name it, whatever, mozzarella sticks, onion rings. You're gonna get more of a crispy texture than you would if they were in the oven, and it's gonna take a lot less time, which saves energy, which saves you costs on your utility bill as well. So, and Tina, you made lemon pepper boneless skinless chicken thighs. Yep, roasted vegetables. These were amazing, yeah. And did you put any, so you just took your chicken thighs and you put lemon pepper on it, is that correct? Or did you do anything else? Maybe share that in the comments as well. So this is baking. It is ready, it's going. There was no preheating at all. What we're going to do is actually kind of give it a finishing touch, because I know I like whipped cream. So we want to make some of that for sure. So to do that, and I don't know how many of you have this, but this is the whipped cream maker. So this is how you can make a whipped cream, like homemade whipped cream, in about 45 seconds. No need to turn on the stand mixer and whip it for 5 or 10 minutes. You can get it done fast with this. And how this works, it's got this little plunger and it's got holes in it, so it's going to allow the air to come through it, and that just helps it thicken faster. So how many of you have made homemade whipped cream before? I'm going to show you how to do it. It's 3 easy ingredients. You may even have them at your house right now. Yes, you bought a chicken for the rotisserie. Yes. And Pammy, yep. You know what? This, you will use this all the time, so you will make space for it, because you'll realize, you know, every day you're using it. If you are lucky, you want to have a spot in your cabinet. You can totally fit it in there. It would work like in a lower cabinet. You could do that, but it also deserves a place on the countertop. If once you get it, you'll find out that you'll be like, oh my goodness, this needs to be up here. Because you're using it all the time. I mean, even like breakfast sandwiches, I love using it to toast up like 6 English muffins at a time, both the top and the bottom. And I can do that in about 3 minutes on the air fry setting. And you rotate them halfway in between. You'll actually hear the little beeping once that starts, or once it gets to the halfway point, and then you're going to find that it's time to rotate the 2 grates, and it's all good. All right. Yes, easy cleanup for sure, because those 2 metal grates that I shared at the beginning, those 2 can go in the dishwasher, or you can hand wash them. They are easy to clean either way. And then the bottom drip tray, you just hand wash, and then you wipe out any crumbs. Super easy. Okay, so to make this whipped cream, I'm gonna put in 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar. Now, think about this too. I'm just making a vanilla whipped cream, but you can also flavor it in all kinds of ways that you might enjoy, like in the fall, pumpkin spice, or maybe you like mint, or maybe you like chocolate. There's all kinds of different things to think about with that. Okay, so I've got my powdered sugar in here. I'm just gonna do just a touch of vanilla. That was maybe a little bit more than I wanted. So we've got our vanilla in there. And then the next thing is a half, well, it's actually, we don't even measure it, because if you see right on here, there's a line. There's no need to even use a measuring cup because you just pour your heavy whipping cream up to that line once you have your ingredients in the whipped cream maker. And then you just put the top on. Now, this is not just for whipped cream. It's also great for making super fluffy scrambled eggs or omelets. I love to just like put my eggs in there and just a dash of water, and then I just pump it up, and it's super fluffy. So this is how we do it. You just go up and down just like this, and you just spend about 30 to 45 seconds. It really just depends on you and your muscle in your arm. So you can do this until it starts getting thick, and you will definitely notice it. Like I can already tell it's thickening up. And you would definitely, if you want to add flavor, you would have done that already. So if you were gonna make this chocolate version or mint or anything else, pumpkin spice, can you guys tell it's getting harder? Okay, I think we're pretty good. And it's a good workout for the bicep, the tricep. Hi, Lori. Okay, so let's show you how this works. You can, oh, and I didn't even mention, this also you can make homemade butter with it. So if you wanted to just do heavy whipping cream, and then you can even just do the heavy whipping cream and then just pump it just like I just did. And look at this, you guys. There's all the whipping cream just sitting on there, plus there's a bunch in the bottom. Okay, who wants to lick that bowl out? So this is great. You can use this for all kinds of things. You can make it once a week, and your kids can have it for waffles and pancakes every morning. I also like the fact that this bottom base, which is silicone, helps you, not be slipping and sliding all over your counter, but it also acts as a cover, as a lid. Once you've taken out what you've needed, you can just pop the cover on and put it in the fridge. So you can do all kinds of things with it. It's a tool that you may never have heard of, but it is really awesome to use. Okay, if you just heard that beep, it's time to rotate. And I can tell you that it's really smelling good. And you may even find that, oh my goodness, you guys, it probably is almost done. This is the thing, the air fryer cooks so much faster, so we may not even need to go the whole 20 minutes. This looks done to me. Doesn't that look good to you? So this is one of those grates, just taking it out. I also recommend, if you have the air fryer, you get our little mini oven mitts, which looks like little baby sharks, I guess. But then you can easily grab out the grates really easily. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm gonna just leave this one out because this one is finished. The pie filling is bubbling for sure, and the biscuit dough is definitely nice and golden brown. I'm just gonna pop this one in for literally just a couple more minutes. So it'll stop when you open the door, and when it's closed again, it will restart. But you don't have to wait for it to finish, to grab out your food. You can totally grab it before it's even done. But I cannot believe how good this looks. All right. So what we would do then is take a little of our whipped cream and dollop it on. I kind of want to do that. Let me grab a spoon here. Get one out. Okay. Because I definitely want to take a bite. Even though I haven't had my supper yet, I think we need to take a bite anyway. Okay, so we've got our whipped cream, so you can see that. I am just going to put a little bit next to that biscuit there. And then grab some of this. Oh my goodness, these biscuits are totally done, all the way done. Like they're nice and fluffy on the inside. This is steaming, so it may burn my mouth, but okay, I'm just checking. Okay, love your, okay, all right. I think it says air fryer in there. You guys, that is really delicious. So I definitely recommend you making this recipe. If you would like this printable recipe, I want you to just drop a note in the comments. I'll send it right over to you. I'll message it to you, or message me and I'll send it to you as well. If you would like to get the cast iron mini skillets, I definitely recommend them. You can put them all places in your kitchen. You can definitely just then go to my website, purchase that. It's right in the description of this video. And if you have questions about the skillets, please let me know about that. And I do want to share with you with the air fryer. You can get this right now as a host of your own online party. They have been so popular that they're only available right now for hosts. So if you want to grab this and get it for 60% off as a host of your own simple and fun online party. I know some of you are on here that have already had an online party with me. You can probably speak to what your experience is. But if you want to get this, you definitely need to have your own online party. It's fun, it's easy, you get lots of great cooking ideas, your friends love it too, and then you can get some really great discounts. So if you're interested in knowing more about that and you want to grab a date, I want you to message me or drop a note below and I will definitely get in touch with you as well. So I am so excited, you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for commenting and sharing all the different things that you've already shared. If you are just watching this now, go back and watch it in the replay. And if you're here on replay, I still care about you, so say hello in the comments as well. So thanks for watching. Can't wait till next time.